Okay, what's going on, boys? We're going to go with the 4-2-2 tactics. It's a really good tactic. You have two CDMs. It's very similar to the 4-4-2. Don't forget the wide lambs and the rams, or wide cams, are actually wingers in this formation. So don't ever forget that. The 4-2-2 is the wide lamb and a ram. They're basically wide wingers. I think of this like a 4-2-3-1 without the cams. So if you like the 4-2-3-1 but you prefer to have two strikers, then this is the formation to go. And we've got one centre mid join the attack to make that makeshift cam. I will show you that as well. Let's first of all go over the tactics first, and then we will go through the instructions. So defensive style, we've got pressure on heavy touch. A very good tactic. This is more of an aggressive tactic. You know, as we come across now closer to EAFC, the beta potentially could be released. Normally is around about August time. So these are sometimes the tactics that you might like to use during that period, or even now to prepare for EAFC 24. Pressure on the front, depth 55, nothing too aggressive. You're still having the activated press with pressure on heavy touch, but you're not going gung-ho. It's a very balanced formation. It can be used to start the game with, and it can be adapted later on to even be more aggressive. You can even go to constant pressure and the likes of that. But this is, I would say, more of a balanced attacking formation. Good to start on the front foot. For the build-up play, we've gone simple here. We've gone simply here with balanced. I would recommend long ball. However, for most players, I still prefer long ball. Pros now use long ball now. It's probably the better one to use. You can use balanced. Just the reason why is these cams, they don't have get in behind. Long ball just means get in behind. Just think about that in the simple terms. Whenever you see long ball, it just means get in behind. Those players as wide cams are going to be making those runs going forward, and that is what you want. So I would recommend long ball. Otherwise, you can use balance. Now for the chance creation, we've got direct passing. Probably we all know what the meta is really. This is one of the few formations that I personally prefer to use direct passing, both on new gen and on old gen. The idea about this formation is you're going to be pretty high up. Don't forget you do have CDMs, so CDMs sit a bit deeper. So you're going to be high enough to go and apply pressure on the ball and win the ball back, but you're not going to be so susceptible to a counter-attack compared to other formations, especially compared to like a back 5, back 3, etc, etc. For the width, we've gone down to 40. As I said, don't forget, this is actually a wide formation. It is a bit deceiving. I don't know why EA actually do this, but these players should be technically left mid and right mid. So these are not central cams here. So don't put no gold KDB here as an example. I put Son there, Saka, Martinelli. Players that got pace, check. Even that new check card, Shapeshifter can go there as well. Players in the box, 7, typical. Corners and free kicks as you like, completely up to you. It doesn't really make that much difference. It's more of a personal preference. Since I 99% of the time I pass my corners, I normally put it on 1. To be honest, I normally change this back and forth depending on how I feel, to be completely honest with you. Most time it's on 1, but sometimes I may change it up. That is the tactics, very simple. Now this is the instruction. Now this is important. Compared to a 4-4-2, the difference is that the 4-4-2 sits higher. The 4-4-2 is a better formation for pressing, whereas the 4-2-2 is more of a balanced formation, similar to the 4-4-2, but you have that safety net. These CDMs, I like to call them the safety net, the cut passing lane instructions. It really allows you to control the team and the middle of the pitch if you lose the ball. Now, as I said, this is very similar to, if you go here to a 4-2-3-1, have a look at the 4-2-3-1. I'm going to go down here. Look at that. You see the difference between these? The only difference really here is you just have one of the strikers is becoming a cam. The way to make that makeshift cam in this occupied area is you put one of the players on balanced. So what we have here, the most important thing is one of these players on balanced like this, or you can put them on get forward balanced. Is completely fine. High, medium, I'd recommend here. High, medium, I would say, or high, high. If the player doesn't have the high attacking work rate for either, I will then put get forward on. That is the most important thing for the formation. The two strikers, now this is what I literally do inside. I actually sub off Thiago Silva so he doesn't go there. What happens is like this, and Thiago Silva gets subbed off. What I'd recommend is here, for both the strikers, you put them both on stay central. You can leave them on balance, it's completely fine. One of them on stay forward, one of them on come back in offense. The idea is they're not going to come back, they're just going to sit, you're just going to sit just behind, kind of like a 4-4-1-1. When you win the ball back. That way, your one striker is occupying attacking the defensive line, and one player just a bit back, ready for the 1-2, ready for the first time through ball, etc, etc. So that is the reason why. Don't forget, they won't come back and sit in the midfield like this. Don't forget, you won't defend like this, because all 4-4-2s and 4-2-2 formations, the strikers have been nerfed to stay forward. So remember, they're not going to come back all the way. The lamb and the ram, as I said to you, both of them come back in defense, get into the box for a cross. No need to put them on drift wide or anything like that. The idea behind this narrow width is that they're just not too far away. That is why I do like it, because they're a bit more centralized, I would say. They're a bit more involved in the play. Sometimes left mid and right mids, they can be a bit too far away. And the better thing with cams is they just got a better attacking AI, I would say. Less instruction control, as I mentioned, that's why I said long ball. But they just got a better attacking AI from my point of view. And that's why I like the 4-2-2. They're in better positions and they're just easier to be involved inside the play. So both of them will come back in defense, get into the box for cross. You're still going to defend in a 4-4-2. Now the most offensive CDM on cut passing lanes, cover center, stay back while attacking. And this is why I wanted to mention it was so important to have CDMs here, because don't forget, most fullback, and even when EFC, this is very important, EFC comes out, I'd recommend, if you don't use CDMs now, when EFC comes out, if you do struggle, change the formation like a 4-1-2-1-2 or a 4-2-2 or 4-4-2 second variation. Yes, it's maybe a bit more difficult to build up the play because those players sit a bit deeper, or 4-2-3-1. But those CDMs, they sit naturally deeper than a traditional centre mid would. So defensively, you're much more stable. So that's what I'd recommend. So if you're ever struggling with any formation and you feel like you're just a bit exposed in the middle of the pitch, or let's say you find that you're losing the ball and you're getting countered, just simply put cut passing lanes, cover centre and stay back for both of them. But as I said here, we're going to make that makeshift cam centre mid. If you've got the work rates, you can use get forward. For the left back and right back, just put them both on stay back. To be honest, I don't really like putting my fullbacks forward in any four-man formation. Look, the way I've always looked at it, if you're going to push a fullback forward, unless it's a 4-3-2-1, you might as well just go to a 3-back. That's the way that I've always thought about it. I'd rather have a back three and actual winger integrated, or left back, right back integrated into the attack. Because I feel like, this is just my opinion personally, and I think most of you guys will probably agree, a lot of the times when you have a player and they join, well, should it be like this? It'll be most of the time like this. Let's say you have someone like here, Nuno Mendes, right? When he goes forward, he just sits on the side, and I'd rather this be a winger, be more involved in the play, and that is why I have that. So that's those players. And the goalkeeper's on sweeper keeper. That is it. And that is the 4-2-2 tactics and choice. As I said, look, if you want to make it a bit more aggressive, feel free to increase the depth to about 60, leave the width the same, and if you want to, you can use press off to possession loss. It makes it more aggressive. One thing you can do as well is that if you really don't like, let's say you really don't like balanced and you don't want to use long ball, slow build up play is a good methodical way of building up, but it's just going to be too slow. So although the logic makes sense, I would just say slow build up play is like a slow style of play, balanced is intermediate, and long ball is quick, and fast build up play is too quick, too fast, more like straight counter-attack territory. That's why I always say long ball is generally the better balance of them all. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, if you want to get better at FIFA, you can come join, better FC, come join my FC24 school. Link down below in the description. Thanks for watching, and of course, I'll catch you next time. Peace out.